Hey there, Johnny Daniel, independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up. It is Wednesday at 7 o'clock. Are you good? I hope so. Trying a new setup. Hopefully the lighting is better. We'll see, huh? So for tonight, we're going to be doing this delicate, let's see, what's it called exactly? Delicate Details Treat Box. So I'm going to be teaching you how to do this triple bow. Yes, I know it's backward because it's mirrored right now. But I'm going to be teaching you how to do this triple bow tonight and how to put the insert in and all those fun kind of things. Also, in the mail are your catalogs. If you have not received them yet, a few that live super close to me have. So you should be getting those in the next couple days. And if you weren't on the list, let me know. I can always send more. So, with that being said, I'm going to flip you around and we're going to get to creating because we have some stuff to do tonight. I need to teach you how to do the insert. I need to show you options. I need to show you how to emboss on this gorgeous ombre paper. And last but not least, do that triple bow. You know bows are, whew. Anyways, so I'm going to cover up and we're going to flip and be a tiny bit patient with me because we have new stuff again. I'm trying to make it better. So, all right, hold on. One sec. All right, let's see. Dunk. Flip. There we go. All right. And we will see if this is better than last time. I hope so. I really do, because I'm running out of options that I can think of. So, all right. So I'm going to get the computer set up and ready to go. Let's see here. Hey Barbara, hey Gina, hey Serene, how are you? Alright, so let's see here. That's supposed to be upside down because it was upside down, no problem. Okay. Making sure. Alright, one sec. I'll move this out of the way. Now let's see. I think we're okay now. All right, so like I said, all new setup, all new gear. The mount is now on the floor, so we shouldn't have any shaking. Unless, of course, there's an earthquake, but I can't help you on that one. Hey, Pam. So let me know if this is better. All right, there's a bunch going on. So, COB means Club Order Bonus. This is for my crafters, not for my team, because I send my team stuff quarterly. So, because we're on the 29th today, this is the code 9C3S, as in Sam, E2BB. That is the code through June 30th. Okay? The 7WTW, sorry, I was ahead of myself. TW76CHST. That is the one for July, starting the 1st. But I will tell you right now, if you like the bonuses better for the July 1st, you will have to wait because I will not order them till the 16th. But you are more than welcome to use that code right now. Okay? So no problem at all. And then last but not least, if you want to do the online class, this is for my team as well as crafters. This is the code, the MD3ZSEPC. This is good until July 8th when you need to order the stamp set by. Look on my page, stampingwithjohnny.com. Look under the craft class tab and all the details are there. If you are on my team and not a normal crafter, you need to place an order by July 8th of $25 or more to qualify, and all of the details are on the page. on how to do that. Yes, it requires an email. So, the online class is 6 cards, and the 6 cards are all Christmas as well as a self-closing baker's box bonus. So, okay, Gina, call Stampin' Up, my dear. That's all I can tell ya, okay? If you haven't got it, I think by the 1st, and honestly, it should have come in. Mine was packaged with the shrink wrap, so make sure you didn't throw it away. But if not, call Haley's. All right, so for tonight, we are making this butte. This is out of Parakeet Party. We're going to be doing the other sample out of Orchid Oasis, and a couple changes with it. Like, we're not going to be doing this top part. These holes have an option to punch out or not to punch out, depending on what you want to do. So this one, I did the insert, I punched out the holes, I did a bow on the back with the open leaf trinket. Cute, right? But if you want it super easy and just be able to put stuff in there, leave it open, and let people do, then this other option might be better for you, and this is what I'm going to be showing you in just a second, okay? So I'm going to teach you how to do this triple bow tonight, and I'm going to teach you how to stamp on the ombre paper, because I don't know if you've tried to do that or not, but if you stamp on that ombre paper, that ink never dries. Ever, ever, ever. So I'm going to teach you how to do that real quick, okay? So we're going to get to going. I need to make room first. Always the problem, right? Always the problem. All right, so first and foremost, the delicate treats are in the annual catalog on page 140. Down here on the bottom, there's also some embossed treat bags. Those are for $7.50. Those are for 10 bags. Now, let's see, are they smaller? No, they're actually bigger, but they don't have as much detail to them. That's probably why they're less expensive than the delicate ones. Okay, so for this you get 8, and they're 3 3/4 by 5 1/4 by 2, and they are food safe. Unless you put your fingers all in it, and then they're not. So, yeah. All right, so let's get things situated, shall we? Oh my goodness. Okay. So for this, Lise, I saw when you ordered this and I was like, oh my gosh, it's cute. So guess what? Now I have it. Thank you. All right. So for this, I have 2 pieces of the Orchid Oasis. So normally for the sample, you would only need 1 because I only put 1 in there, but I'm going to do 2 instead. So, and then this is what the Delicate Details treat boxes look like when they come in. So you've got, okay, yay, right? So let's open this guy up. Now I have already opened it, obviously, because I did one, right? So we're gonna pull the other out. How's my color? How's my image? How's my lighting? I'm talking about camera stuff, not me personally. So hopefully it's better, you guys. So for this one, look, it comes completely done already. Is this awesome? The tape's even on there, right? So do you see these holes that are punched? Hey Iris, how are you? These holes that are punched, you have the option to take out or not. So normally when we have these kind of holes that are punched, like eyelet kind of things, usually they're like falling out already. These are a little bit tougher. You do need to be careful, and they're tougher because they were designed to potentially stay in if you would like them to, okay? That is the why. Okay, so with that being said, you'll have a lacy side that's a tiny bit got a tinge of brown to it, and then you have a side that's really super white. Your super white side is your outside of it, okay? So basically what you want to do is you want to fold down all your scores and not mess up the lace, which I just did. Okay, now you're going to fold in. Now here's the fun part. If you mess up and it's like, hey, it was supposed to be the other way, fold it the other way. It's just that simple, okay? It won't crack it. It won't, because I did it on the other one. I'll just say that. I love the fact that it's lacy and there's no punch outs, right? That's amazing. All right, so when you're doing this, what you're gonna do is you're gonna peel off all these guys, and what you want is you wanna make sure that it's going like this. So your outside, you don't have the tabs going like this. So if you had folded the opposite way, right, your tabs would have to be on the outside because your glue would be on the other side. So you need to make sure that your glue tucks in, okay? So there you go. All right, so now I am grabbing my snips, and for some reason I have one side that works better. I don't know. So one at a time, tape. Pull the tape off one at a time. Why do I say that? Because it's too hard to keep up with all of it otherwise. And I want to do both sides because I found that it was very hard if I closed off this one side to work with the other side. So it's much easier if you go side to side, like do all the front and then do all the back. So, okay. So we'll see how this goes. All right, so we're gonna peel this guy off and not throw my scissors across the room. Whew. Okay, so if you want to make sure it's completely straight, put it down on the ground, attach. So we've got two sides now, and that side's bunching a little. We'll see. Okay, so now I've got this side, and like I said, I just do one at a time. I originally had done all four, and it was a sticky mess. Just do one at a time. It just makes life just a tiny bit simpler, okay? So, okay. And remember, put your hand down in there. Don't just squish it, because if you just squish it, guess what happens? Your whole box goes kaput. So, there goes, okay. So, how's my light this time, you guys? Do you like it better, worse than last week? Can you see? That's the point, right? Hopefully there's not a glare. Hopefully it's not overexposed. And all that fun stuff. White is hard on white though, so we'll get to the color and then we'll see. All right, so decision point now. Okay, I'm leaving this open so I'm not punching out the holes. But these little tabs, some people leave them and some people glue them down. I personally like to glue them down, okay? Now, the other thing is, if you want to, that insert that you're gonna put in, you could do that before you assemble the box. You can, but I'm gonna tell you right now, I had a hard time with that because I couldn't figure out exactly how to line it up with how things were going. So I'm just putting towards the middle a glue dot, and then I'm pressing down because I don't like my flaps coming up. So everything's looking good. Good. I am really glad because I've got like boom stands and all kinds of crazy stuff happening around here. I should take a picture later. So there you go. All right. So I've got my flaps down because I don't know, just my personal thing. Do what you need to do. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is get that out of the way, even though I need it in a minute, but we're going to do an insert for this front. And I thought, well, if it's open like this instead of tied shut, I probably want one for the back too, because you're going to see it differently, right? So, all right, so here's your measurements. Okay, 6x6 glimmer paper, which is on page 139 of your annual catalog. You are going to cut, if you are leaving the holes intact and not putting a ribbon up there, you are going to cut at 3 1/8 by 4 5/8. If you punch the holes out, it's still the same width, the 3 1/8, but you're only going to go up to 4 3/8, which drops you right below those holes. Okay, so just FYI for you. Okay, where's my paper trimmer? All these things. Okay, so paper trimmer. Now, glimmer paper. When you're trimming, flip it over. For some reason, if your blade does not come in contact with the rough side first and goes through the back first, your blade lasts a whole lot longer and stays. So, something to be aware of, okay? All right, so what did we say? 3 1/8. 3 1/8. Now, save that for something else because we're not going to be able to get 2, unfortunately. So 3 1/8 by 4 5/8. And before we cut the second one, guess what I'm going to do? Check my measurements, right? So we're going to stick this down in here. And it should fit pretty tightly, and it should go almost all the way up. So, happy. I don't know about you, but I am. So, let's cut the other one for the back. So we've got 3 1/8. 3 1/8. Like I said, keep that other one, right? 3 1/8 by 4 5/8. Okay, keep that for something else. You can't throw away glitter. I mean, come on. So, alrighty. Let's get that situated. Okay, so how do you glue these in, John? That's a darn good question, but here you go. Ready? You grab your glue dots and you grab your snips or a longer tweezer or whatever you want. You're not putting it on the ombre. You are, yeah, this is the fun part, right? You are going down here and I'm going, where's the solid one? Right there. Okay. And I'm hoping and praying that it sticks to where I want and not to the scissors. So far, so good. Like I said, you can do this before you assemble the box, but I had nothing but trouble on guessing where it was supposed to go. So here we go. This is what I'm doing instead. You can do it however you need to, okay? But it is a little bit difficult to glue to the ombre paper, which is why you gotta do these glue dots. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is slide this down in, right? But I want the color side out, so I'm going to push that down to the bottom, and then I'm pushing against, and there's my piece, okay? This back one's gonna be so much easier because I want to glue it with the paper, or with the color facing out. So I can just do this with Stampin' Seal. Or if you prefer tear and tape, or if you prefer Tombow, you know, it's whatever, but you hear what I'm getting at. So you're gonna put it kind of down in the middle, and once you hit the bottom, then you're gonna scooch it over. Okay? You don't wanna do that beforehand, and mine's still crooked. Lovely, but hey, it wouldn't be mine if it wasn't crooked, right? So grab my bone folder, tuck it in there, and now I have my 2. Awesome, right? So now it's a little bit more finished, we'll just say, okay? In my world at least, right? So there you go. So there's the insert for that. Now what we're gonna do, should I do the bow first, or should I show you how to emboss? Anybody? Yeah. All right. So let's see. The bow. About 20 inches of ribbon. Okay. Now, you can do this with thicker. You can do this with thinner. It's really up to you. Okay. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm numbering my fingers so you know. Between 4 and 5, or my ring finger and my pinky, I'm going to put my ribbon in. Okay, this is my placeholder, as it were. Okay, this you got to have a little bit of a tail on. Okay, how long is that tail? About 3 inches. It's really up to you on how long you want, but that's what we're doing. Okay, now I'm grabbing my thumb. You ready? And I'm winding it around my thumb, and then I'm winding it around my pinky, and I'm winding it around my thumb and my, not pinky, index, sorry. Okay, and depending on how far apart your fingers are will be how big your bow is, right? Okay, so I don't want mine huge because it's gonna flop otherwise, but I do want it big enough. So there's 2, here's 3. You ready? Are ya? Okay, so now what we're gonna do, let's see if I can do this right. Bows always get me too. You're not the only one. Okay, so now let's see, can I do this? Bows are always so hard for me. I don't know about y'all, but you know, it is what it is, huh? Let's see, I didn't catch that last one. Hold up. Okay, so come around this side. Come around this side. Ay. Come around this side. Come around the back. Come around. Wind. And then we're going to stick this through. This is the hardest part right here. We're going to stick this through. Ay. We got to stick this through the hole that we created with winding it around. And then you grab the end before it unwinds and you pull, okay? And you pray that it's right? No, I'm just teasing. And you pull, and then you come back through and you put back through. It's got to be loose enough so you can put it through and pull it tight. Come on. Okay, so we should be good now. Of course, I did it lopsided. So pull it down a little bit, and then pull it back tight. Pull it down a little until it's even enough. Pull it tight, and then pull, and look. There's our bow. I know, it's crazy, right? Thumb is not a finger. Well, in this case it was. There we go. So, you know, technical stuff, right? Okay. So there you go. Okay, now, remember the little pieces we had? Do you remember? Okay, I'm going to pick the lighter of the two, and I'm going to show you how to emboss. We'll deal with the bow in just a second. But I'm grabbing my Orchid Oasis. I'm grabbing my Versamark. All right, now, do we want thanks or welcome? Originally I put thanks because I was like, wouldn't it be cool to do a bag and be able to say thank you? Here you go. But I don't know. I mean, Gina just moved. Iris just moved. So I guess we should do a welcome as well, right? Anybody with me here? Hey Randy, how are you? Yeah, pointer finger, index finger, you know, not pinky. I gotcha. You know, some days are better than others. So, all right, so thanks it is. All right. So we're going to put this on the block. Here's a tip for you. It'll probably go on my blog eventually, but if you cannot get your sticker straight, put your sticker on your block before you put it on a brand new stamp, and then undo your stamp and stamp your stamp onto the sticker so they line up if you have better luck lining up this way. So just, you know, another way to do things. All right, so I need to be completely ready here. So I've got my piece, I've got my clear powder, I've got my Versamark, and I've got my Orchid Oasis. So I've got my thanks. So I'm going into my Versamark, and then I'm going into my color. And this is lighter this way, so I'm going to go this way. I'm going to stamp here. Do not let it slide, because it's Versamark, it has a tendency to do so. So if you see, and then before it dries, move that out of the way, move that out of the way, so I don't get powder on it, right? Here's the secret. You have to emboss. If you do not emboss, it never dries, ever, ever. All right, hold on, I'm further away, so we got to do this here. I needed an extension cord and I didn't think to do that, I'm sorry. So when you're doing the heat tool and it looks all crystally, you're going to heat it until it looks smooth. Do you see how the S still looks crystally and the other side is more smooth? So when you're completely done, it will, all the crystals will melt together and it'll look great, okay? All right, so now we're gonna wait for this to cool for 2 seconds, and we are going to cut this down. Now this time I gotta take my chances with my blade. Why? Because I gotta be able to see. I need to see where those words are. So, you know, some days you gotta do what you gotta do, right? All right, so now we're going to flip and do more. Make sure to hold that arm in place. So there's my thing. Okay. All right, so now we're gonna cut that dovetail off, or dovetail, make a dovetail. So I cut some of my excess off. I'm gonna cut down. Now, I usually leave a tiny bit of room just in case I'm crooked. Because guess what? It happens, doesn't it? Do we have a punch for that? Probably. But honestly, stuff like this, I use my scissors. I use my snips. And that happens more than I care to say, because I will be honest with you, if it's not right here, guess what happens? I figure it out so I don't have to get up, just like you. It's just that simple. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab my dimensionals to pop this guy up. So I'm gonna grab 2. Okay, and I'll leave the glue dots here. I need them in 2 seconds. All right, so if you do not want to line this up ahead of time, what you can do is you can put the bow on and do all the things, you know, all that kind of stuff, but I'm running a little wild tonight. Where are my tweezers? Right here. But honestly, I don't ever use them. My fingers work the best. And why do I do that when I'm heat embossing, unless it's super duper close? Because I want to feel if the paper is getting stupid hot. I should have put this on before. If the paper is getting stupid hot to my fingers that are like 1 inch away, then I know to stop. So while it's a risk for my fingers, I like the fact that I can feel, so I know exactly what's going on and what's happening. I know, all those fun things. Yes, really. So, all right, so grab in here. You can use take your pick tool. You can use, probably at least still use her piercing tool, but you know, tweezers, whatever. Yeah, but so the reversible tweezers, or reverse action tweezers, I should say. Ooh, I need another roll. Those, give me a second. I gotta go up in the drawer. So, and get another box. So the reverse action tweezers, which are in with the tray, and the embossing buddy is back, yay. So in that, those reverse action tweezers are amazing when you're doing traditional bows, because that reverse action acts as a third hand. You can clamp onto that middle and it won't come loose. So awesome, right? So now I'm grabbing the back of my bow. I'm gonna put a glue dot on my knot where it comes together. And I'm also going to put one on each side of, just barely, because I do not want my bow to go tilt, tilt, tilt as we're doing, right? So I want to make sure it stays put and doesn't have a pivot point to it, okay? So now what I'm going to do is I am just putting this here, and I'm going to push, 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 okay? And then I'm going to trim a little because I don't want this hanging way down over the edge. This is why you have sharp scissors. Okay, so that is my triple. What do you guys think? Will you try it? It's a little tough because it's like which finger and which way does it come around, but you got to remember that you got to tie a knot basically. So you're coming through and coming through. So, what do y'all think? Do you like the first one or the second one? Personally, I'm a blue person, so, but I don't know. Do you like it open or shut? That's why I left it up for a second. So these boxes, how many come in a pack? I think it's 8 or 10. Let's see here. 8. So it's a pretty good deal. Let's see, how much are they? Let's get all the facts, right? Blue open, yeah. I know, I like the blue also. So let's see. Delicate, $11.50 for 8. So there we go. Okay. I like both, but if I had to pick, it would be that one. Because then if I forgot something, I could just still throw it in. So it's just up to you on what you do, but yeah, if you shut it, you have an opportunity to decorate the back a little too. I guess you could totally decorate the back, but yeah, anyways. So it is what it is. So for the complete tutorial and the copy of this video, please follow my blog, stampingwithjohnny.com. It'll be up by 9:30 in the morning tomorrow. Thanks for joining me, and have a great evening. Bye-bye.